Friday. It's Coach Becky with your Friday Fit Tip. So for the last few months, we've been talking about mobility every Friday. Ankle mobility, hip mobility, mid-spine mobility. And we've been talking about how those of us who've been sheltered in place for months are working at workstations at home that aren't necessarily ideal, biomechanically speaking. Maybe a bar stool at your kitchen counter, God forbid, a Zoom meeting on your bed with your laptop on your knees. And we're feeling the kinks, we're getting low back pain. So we've talked for the last few weeks about how to release the kinks. And I thought how I'd finish this 2-month odyssey out is kind of tie it up and wrap it up in a bow for you. And this is to give you a little sequence of things you can do, say once an hour, a few times a day, if you mainly sit for work, okay? Good workstation, bad workstation. This is something for you to consider. So I'm gonna go through just a few simple moves to do that will not only stretch a few things that get tight when you sit a lot, but also get some joints a little bit more mobile. So a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of mobility. Here we go. First thing we're gonna do is get up out of the chair or off the bar stool at the kitchen counter. And we're gonna come around to the back of the chair or to the kitchen counter. We're gonna step back, get our arms nice and long, and we're gonna kind of lean into that. Butt goes back, and I'm pushing my rear end back this way. So I'm getting a stretch right in through here, okay? And I'm gonna round out my back, open the bones of the back, and then I'm gonna drop that belly button a little bit and look up. Do it again, you're gonna round it, opening the bones of the back. That's gonna feel really good on your low back. And then drop the belly button, arch the back a little bit. And we're gonna come up, and we're gonna do a little hip mobility. We talked about this a few weeks ago. I'm gonna turn my toes in. I'm gonna make sure not to hit my chair. And I'm gonna turn the toes in, turn them out, turn them in, turn them out. I'm moving the ball joint in the socket. And then of course I would do the other side. We'll do quick and dirty here on this side. All right? From there, we know that hip flexors and hamstrings get very tight when we sit a lot. So here at our chair, without getting down on the ground to do a hamstring stretch or a hip flexor stretch, a really simple one to do from a standing position is this. We take one foot up onto the back of the chair. You could also do this at a coffee table if you're working at your kitchen counter. Don't put your foot up that high. And I'm gonna sit back until I feel a nice little stretch in my hamstring, so I'm pushing my rear end back this way. And then I'm gonna hop my back leg back a little bit, and I'm gonna lunge in toward my chair, squeeze the glutes here, and I feel a stretch right across the left hip flexors. So watch that again. Hamstring stretch, pushing back this way, and then hip flexor stretch, feeling the stretch right in here, okay? Good. Now, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna move up into the mid-back area, because that's also an area that gets a little tight, right? We're gonna come up, put one arm up at a right angle. I'm gonna try to stay facing my chair for the most part, but rotate my mid-back backward, right? And then I do the other side. I don't even know if you could hear that, but my back just bumped a little bit, right? So there you go. That is your spinal mobility from a standing position. Now you can do a couple reps of each thing, 10 of each. Really, there's no magic to it. It's simply getting up every hour, every couple of hours, and moving a little bit. Not only will you feel better, I also believe you'll be more productive at work because you've taken a break. You've broken the concentration, gotten the blood flowing, cleared your mind a little bit, so when you sit back down at your workstation, be it a good workstation or maybe not an ideal workstation, you're still going to feel better. So I hope that helps. Give it a try. This is Coach Becky with Life Sport Fitness. Make it a great day.